Good evening, everyone. So you have connected to the ICT seminar, which is conducted by the ICT unit of Zonal Education Office, Gampaha. So in this seminar series, parallelly we are having Sinhala medium seminar also. In this seminar, we are going to cover some special or such difficult areas, revising them, and like doing some question from past papers. That's how we are doing. So if I tell about myself, I am Anil sir from Takshila College, Gampaha. So you will be meeting some more teachers in this seminar series to cover other units. So I am going to cover unit spreadsheet unit and database unit today. And why I have selected them, because you know that you will be getting compulsory 2 questions. You are getting essay type 2 question from Excel and the Access, plus some more MCQ questions also. Right? So that's why I have selected these 2 units. So before we go to the questions and all that, I will revise them quickly, right? So you can ask anything. I mean, you can send me through the chat. You can send me any message related to these 2 units. If you can't understand something, you can let me know. Then I can answer for your queries also, right? Okay, when you take the spreadsheet one, right, that is Excel. I'm just going quickly. So this is Excel sheet. If I take columns, you have A, B, C and all that. Rows, you have 1, 2, 3. If you take one square, this is called cell, and it has an address. Address is created by using the column letter and the row number. Column letter and the row number. That's how it is created, right? So in Excel, this spreadsheet, you can select cell range in different ways, right? If I select these things, this is, I can tell the range, I can tell A1 colon to C1. If I select these three, that's column wise, I can tell the range A1 to colon A3. If I select everything like this way, I can tell the range A1, that is first cell here, and the last cell. From here, you are diagonal, you are taking the last cell there, right? So C3, A1 to C3. So A1 to C3 means you are selecting all things, that is all the cells. And other than that, you can have, if I take this one and these 3 cells, you can write the range A2 comma, you can put a comma, A2 comma, then this is kind of a range. So C1 colon C2, that is also possible. So I think in this for the term test, even you got this kind of questions last term test. So this is possible. That means you can have separate cells with the commas or cells plus some ranging, right? So this is how you can refer the range. Then in Excel, we have formulas and functions. There's something called formulas and functions. If I take, I will draw here. If I take A column 2, 3, say we'll have some values here to add them, right? So addition, we have functions and formulas. We have something called function and formula. So whatever function or formula, you have to start with the equal mark. You have to start with the equal mark. To add some numbers, we can have formula that you can add all these cells. That means A1 plus, A2 plus, A3. But it is practically bit difficult. Why I am telling like that? Because if you try to, if you have more cells here, like 100 cells, it is difficult to write like this way, right? So you have a function called sum, SUM. So within bracket, I can give the range A1 and the last cell A3. This is how you are writing for the um, addition, sum and formula. Then you have something called to find the average. To find the average, you don't have a, yeah, right? You have a function called average. Don't write AVG. I have seen some students are writing the function called AVG. You don't have a function called AVG in your this actually this office versions. Earlier office version we had something like that, but don't write that average. Then you can write the same way range. When you're taking the formula, you can add them together with a bracket, add them together and divide by 3. Divide by 3. So you are getting formula. Now if you want to take them down while I am discussing, you can take them down, right? Then you have something called to find in maximum. Maximum. You have a function called equal max and you can give the range A1 colon A2. But you don't have a formula. To find the minimum value, you have a function called mean. But you don't have a formula. Then to count, you have a function called count. But you don't have any formula. Now, if you want to multiply, you don't have a function, but you have a formula. You can we'll try to multiply A1 by A2. That's possible. Division and the subtraction also, you don't have functions, but you have formulas like this way, A1 divided by A2, A1 minus A2, that is possible, right? So this is the basic thing that you will be getting question from this part, right? I will give a few minutes. If you want, you can take them down quickly. Okay, then we'll see. There's something called absolute cell, which most of the students are like getting confused with this absolute part, right? Okay, I will tell you what is absolute cell reference and all that. Now, if you take one, two, three, I have 10, number 10 here. I have 1, 2, 3 here. I want to multiply and write the answer here, right? So I am writing A1 multiplied by B1, right? So I am getting the answer as 10 because 10 multiplied by 1. If I write here, now you know that after writing one formula, you can drag it down, right? It is possible to drag it down when you take the cursor here. It is converted to a plus mark, and that is called fill handle tool. Fill handle tool. When you drag it down, you are getting the answer. But when you are dragging it down, what will happen? This A1 will become A2, and this become B2. This become A3. This become B2. Now what has happened? If you drag it down, will you get the answer? No. Why is that? Because A1, okay, A1 into B1, that is fine. That is okay, you'll be getting the answer. But here, what has happened? A2. Do you have anything in A2? No. A2, you don't have anything. A3? No. Now, we should understand when you are dragging it down, this is changing. We have to make this unchanged. A1 cell, we have to make it unchanged. To do that, we have to absolute. We have to absolute. When we are absoluting cell, we have two different ways. If I write like this way, we have to use dollar mark to absolute the cell, right? If I write $A1, this means A will be absolute, not change. A will not be changed. If I put A and $1, this means 1 will not be changed. If I put $A and $1, both are not changed, right? So this is the way. Now here, what we have to do? A1, we have to make it absolute. What is the, when you are dragging it down, because I am dragging it down, I am taking the answers here. What will happen? Which one is changing? A1, A2, A3. A is not changing when you are dragging down because column A will be, wherever you go, that is column A. But rows are changing. 1, 2, 3, like that. So it's better to put dollar mark in front of the row number. So $1 will be okay, or will be the answer to do that. Now someone can ask, why can't we use this one? Yes, this is possible. This is also correct. That means like $A, $1. That is also correct because whole cell is not changed. But some years, when you are getting marks, if you have now $1 mark is enough to complete this answer, right? So if you are using many dollar marks, that sometimes that will deduct some marks. Some years it has happened in O-level exams, right? So it's better to understand it correct and put the dollar mark correct, right? So if you can't understand only, you use this one. That means it is not changing at all, right? Okay, so this is the dollar mark thing, that is absolute self-reference. I think that is okay with everyone. Then you have some charts. Different chart types are there. Column chart, bar chart. Now if you take column charts like this, bar chart like this way, line charts are there, scatter diagrams, and the pie chart, right? Now these charts actually, especially these three, can be used to compare the values. But this is used only for the percentage, representing the percentage. Percentage 10%, 50%, 60 like that. Right? So not for the comparison. If you're comparing some few data, it's better to use this. Right? Sometimes you are getting question. How to what are the type of charts that you can use for representing or comparing data, so you better to understand these few charts and write the correct answer, right? So I think these are the things that we have to discuss in Excel. Any problem from the Excel you can ask now. Anything you want me to clarify, you can send me a message through the chat, Zoom chat. Okay, no problem. Right. Then we'll go to yes, right. Then we'll go to database thing. Database. This is also another unit that you are getting questions. Definitely, you are getting question. Essay type question, compulsion. Compulsion in the sense you can get more marks from these two, plus some MCQs, right? So when you are talking about database, we have in the database software access. If you take the access, we have tables, we have forms, we have queries, we have, and reports, right? So all are in the database. DB, I will put DB, right? So when you take database, we can use table to put data to the database. Now, why we need the database? Now, as an example, suppose in your school, your details should be recorded, right? If I'm using the Word and all that, it is difficult me to store because I can't find them quickly. If I want to find out who is coming from the Gampaha area, who is coming from the Kadota area, it is difficult to find from the Word if I am using a Word document. But if I am using a database, it is very easy to handle the data. That's why we are using database. We are learning actually for Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Access. So you know that we have different tasks to do with them. We are not doing calculation with the Word or the database, right? We are using Excel like that, right? So now we have if you have a database, we have to have data in a proper manner. We have to store them proper manner. So we are using table to put data to the database. Forms are used to put data easily to the table. Forms are used to put data easily to the table. Queries are used to extract what I want, what we need. As example, I want to find out who are coming from the Gampaha area, school students. So I'm using a query. So query extracting what we want by giving a criteria. Then reports are used to present it. Report are using to present it, right? Okay. So these are the basic things when you take the database. Now I told you when we are putting data to the database, we have something called table. When you take the table, we have fields like this way. Take SID, name, age, like this. So SID 001, name, Chanudi, age 16, 002. Then I'll take Kavisha, age 15, right? Like this. You have some, this is called record. This one line. Now, if you want to take some, take this note down, you can take them down quickly, and I will give you the recording also later, right? This is called recording. One row is called recording. This is called field. This is called field. So in this table, if I take 2 records I have, 3 fields I have. When I take a record, it has different types of data. Right? It has different types of data. When you take field, it has the same type of data. Here SID, only SIDs are here. Only names are here, only ages are here, right? So we have records and fields, right? Remember that. Then now this is called actually datasheet view when you are doing the practicals in with the Access. So this is called data view, right? Datasheet view. You have something called we have to design views. We have something called design view. There you are going to put these field names, name and the age, and you have to give some data types. Data types you have to give. Now I can remember this time of past term testing, you got these data types and all. SID, when you take the SID 001, 002, these you can take as text. There are different data types. I will tell you that. You have text data type, then you have number, numeric data type, then you have something called currency, then you have date and time, then you have Boolean or yes, no. So you have different data types. So why we need to have these data types? When you are having text means you have you can have letters, or you can have numbers which we are not using for the calculation. Number means especially it should be a number. Definitely it should be a number. If you put currency, it is like amount, money related thing you are going to store. If you take date and time means you are going to store some date or time. Boolean yes no means you have two option, either yes or no, either true or false you are going to store. Now when you take SID name and age, I have put some sample data 001. You are starting with a 0. Because of that, I am taking data type as text. If you take name, that is also text, because name you have only the letters. Age, now you know we have age in numbers. We don't have anyone doesn't get age with letters. So this is number. So these data types are very important when you are designing the database. You have to give the correct data types which we are using for the field names, right? Field names. So these data types are you have to memorize text for the text, and numbers that you are not going to calculate. Calculation using, especially you are starting with 0, definitely it's text, right? You are not using number. Numbers you can take as number, like age I took, like number of students. If you are going to records in number of student or number of books in library, so you can take as a number because it is coming with the numbers. Then you have something called currency. Currency means amount, fee or class fee, something like that. If you are going to store, the data type should be given as currency. Date and time, date of birth, join date, receiving date, whatever will be given as date and time. Boolean, yes, no, whether you have paid or not, whether you have participated or not. That kind of data, if you are going to store, that is Boolean or yes, no, right? So these are the data types. Then now if we take the table, I will draw it again. SID, name, age, 001, 002, 003, like this way. You have some data, right? Now you have something called primary key and foreign key. Primary key means if you are going to identify this record, this I told you earlier, this is known as record. If you are going to identify this record uniquely by using a field name. That field name is known as a primary key. In this my table, I am taking primary key, PK, primary key as a SI. So someone can ask, why can't we take name as a primary key? Name, most of the time names are repeated. Now, if you take a school, right? So Netmi, the name Netmi, Sayumi, right? They are repeating. Now you all are in the grade 11, grade 10 also there can be a Netmi. Grade 9 also, grade 12. So you can't take names as the primary. Age even can't. But SIDO, if you take index number, admission number of your school, index number, admission number, that you can take as a primary key because it is not repeated. So if it is a primary key, it cannot be repeated. Remember that, right? It cannot be repeated. Then you have, now suppose you don't have SID, right? You don't have SID. I will erase this one. You have something called name. Name, then date of birth, class, you take join date or something, join date, right? Now, date of birth, same date of birth, student can be in the same class name can be repeated, join date can be repeated. But I can't find a primary key here. Suppose I can't find a primary key here. I am going to connect these three as example. 2 or more fields, you can connect them together. And you are creating a primary key that is called composite primary key. If you can't create a primary key by using one field, you are going to join several fields together. Join several fields together and create a primary key. As example, I'll take date of birth 1 as example. Year 2, year 1 also there. So you can't take it as class, will take E, year F, year G, right? Join date, I will take 5, 6, year 5, right? Now you can see these fields separately you can't take as a primary key because there are some repeating field. I will take yes, right? But if you take these three, all these three fields together, 1 E5, you have 1 here, but class is G. 5 is here, but your class is C, here class is G. So even these two are repeating, E is not repeating. So if you take whole thing, that means three fields together, it is not repeating anywhere. It is not repeating anywhere. Now I told at the beginning, primary key means it cannot be repeated, right? It cannot be repeated. Now when you take these three fields, field names together, they are not repeating. They are not repeating. That means if you take one field, you can create a primary key. Now I am going to take three fields and make it a primary key. That is called composite primary key, right? Then if you have another table, right? Another table, and you are having the primary key, we'll take the example again. Now you have primary key, we'll take SID, name, age. This is a student field, right? Student table. Then you have another table, parent table, parent ID, name, telephone number, and SID I am using here. Or PID, I will take PID. PID here. Now this is our primary key in this table. This is our primary key in this table. I am using this primary key in this table. Now this is student table. This is a parent table, right? I'm using this primary key in other table. So in that table, this is known as foreign key. Now foreign key means what? If you have primary key of one table repeating in another table, in that table, that is known as foreign key. So why we need primary key of one table putting it in another table as a foreign key? To connect these tables. To connect this table, we are using primary key as a foreign key with another table. So why we need to connect them? Now, so as example, suppose in a school, in your family you have 5 members, right? Sisters, brothers, you have 5. You are going to same school. So what will happen? In the school database, your data will be recorded. Plus, your parents' data will be having 5 times, because same parents, children are going to the same school. So your parent name, father name, mother name, telephone number, everything is repeating 5 times because of the 5 students. So it will be what will happen? It is called data duplication plus data inconsistency. Different problems can be arises. Because of that, we are separating tables. Parent table and student separate. This is called relational database. Relational database. So in the relational database, you are creating 2 tables. Okay, fine. But you have to connect them. Otherwise, can't find whose father is who is the father or who is the mother. It is difficult to find out without connecting these two. So connecting, we are using primary key and a foreign key. Right? I think you can have idea now why we need to have a foreign key to connect the 2 tables. So foreign key will be a primary key, or primary key can be a foreign key in another table. So one table's foreign key can be a primary key of another table, or one table primary key can be a foreign key in another table. So anyway, they are using to connect these tables together by using the primary key and foreign key, right? Then when you are using there are 3 different types of connection. Now I told you we can connect these tables together, right? So when you're connecting these tables, we have different relations: 1 to 1, 1 to many, or you can write many to 1 even, then many to many. These are the 3 relations that you can create with the tables. So one table's 1 record is connecting to another table 1 record. That is known as 1 to 1. One table 1 record is connecting to several records in another table. That is called 1 to many. Or if you are connecting to the other side, can be known as many to 1. Also possible. One table's 1 record is connecting to the several records of another table, and 1 record of that table is connected to the several record of this table. That is known as many to one, right? So this meeting will be disconnected within less than 1 minute. You can use the same link to connect again, right? So try to understand that 1 to 1, 1 to many, and many to many relations, right? So there are 3 relations. Okay, if you want, you can take it down quickly. Relationship and primary key and foreign keys. If you have anything, you can send me a message through the Zoom chat. Okay, right. So these 3 relations: 1 to 1, 1 to many, and many to many. So you should know them. Okay. So from the database, these are the basic things: data types and the table, primary key, foreign key, and composite primary key. Then you have the relationships and the data types, everything, right? Okay, right. So anything related to database, if you want, you can ask anything related to database and Excel. No problem. You are ready for the exam. Okay, very good, right? Okay, now we are going to have some past paper questions actually from 2019 and 2020. I have extracted them Let's see there. Okay. These two questions from the 2019 Excel question. Try to do them quickly. If you find the answer, just send me through the chat. Through the Zoom chat, you can send me the answer. If you find the answer for the 15 and 16 question from the 2019 paper, send me the answers. Go through quickly. Okay, very good. Most of you have sent me the answer. Now I discussed at the beginning. Cell range, when you take the cell range here, A3 to C3, right? If you take, you have A3 somewhere here. Then C4 somewhere here. So diagonal way, it is connecting. That's at the beginning I told, right? So you are getting A3, B3, C3. That's this row. And the other row, A4, B4, C4. Fourth answer. Very good. Everyone has put the correct answer. Those who sent. Then consider the following spreadsheet. Segment with the formula B2, dollar mark. With the dollar mark, it is given. Cell C2. So C2 in the C2 here. It is written B2. B2 means this one. Multiplied by B5 here. So that's why you are getting 5,000. And you are dragging it down. Cell 3, C3, if the formula displayed in the C3, if the formula cell 2 was copied to cell 3, C3. So when you copied here, what will happen? So this is not changing. Point 1 is not changing, right? So your answer will be third answer. Very good. Okay. Then we'll go to the next one. 21 to 24. And I have put all this because it is difficult me to like in the slide to show everything. So I have put it here. I think you all can see that. 21, 24 is related to database actually, database one from 2019. MCQs. Try to find out the answers. So it is related to these three tables. Yes. Okay. Very good. Most of you have sent me the answers. First one, we have just discussed. 21. How many fields? Fields in the student table. Here, student table is this one. Here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. All together. 4 fields. Fourth answer. Then next one, what would be the example of a foreign key in the database? I just told. Foreign key. So one table's primary key is repeating in another table. That is known as foreign key. So here, if you take book ID is a foreign key because it is there in the primary key here. And student ID also foreign key because it is there in the as a primary key here. So you can take either reservation table, either book ID or the student ID in the reservation table. I think reservation table, student ID is not there. So book ID, take the first answer. Then go to 23, 23rd one. What is the title of the book reserved by Kumar? Kumar, where Kumar? Kumar you can find from the, here. Student ID is 1002. Here 1002 is there. He is receiving a book called B0001. So B001 is what? Effective writing. So second answer. Second answer. Okay, go to fourth one. 24th. A student get a library membership and reserved a book. He is taking student get a library membership and reserves a book. What table need to be updated for this purpose? So student taking membership means what? He's a new student. It should come here as a student table. Student table should be now here library, maybe student is there, but the membership is not there. So he has to make it to true. So anyway, this should be updated. Then his library membership and reserve a book. He's going to reserve a book. So book table should be updated. Why? Because even the existing book is taking the existing book is still reserved. True or false, you have to update. True or false, you have to update. So it also should be updated. And the receiving date, reserve date, you have to put here. So reservation. So all these three tables have to be updated. Have to be updated. Okay. We'll go to the next one. That is essay type question from 2019. Question number 5 from the Excel one. Okay, try to do it quickly. I'll give 5 minutes. Okay, shall we check? First one. Write down the now consider the following spreadsheet segment which consists of marks obtained by 40 students. In class 4, there are 3 subjects at a school term test. Students' marks for subject 1, subject 2, and the subject 3 are shown in column C, D, and E respectively. This spreadsheet is used to compute the Z score for the each subject of each student and the final Z score for each student. Write down the formula that should be entered in cells C43. C43. That is average marks of the subject, yes. Calculate average marks subject 1 in the form of function. So formula, but it is a function. So how to write equal? You have to put average. You have to start with C3 colon C42. This is the answer. Check whether you have put the correct answer. Next one, if this formula is copied to cell D43 and E43, write down the formula that will appear in cell D43. So if you are dragging it horizontally, what will happen? Equal average D3 colon D42. This is how it should come. Right? Now the thing is, now suppose you made a mistake in first one. In the marking, you don't get, even you write the correct answer for the second answer. You have put the correct answer for the second one, you don't get the marks. Right? That's how it is working. That's how you are getting the marks in the marking. Right? So remember, be careful, and when you're writing the answers, you check it again. Try to double check them, because if you made a mistake in first one, you don't get the marks even you have put the correct answer for the second one. Right? So make sure you put the correct answer for both, and be conscious, be careful when you are writing the answers. Okay. Then third one. Some stories there. They said the score for subject. Subject of a student can be calculated by using the following formula. Formula is given. It said score equal student's marks for the subject minus average marks for the subject divided by SD value of the subject. The SD value required for each subject are given in the cells C44, D44, and E44. They have given them, right? Each subject 1, subject 2, subject 3 is given, right? Then ask him write down the formula that should be entered to cell F3. F3, that is subject 1. Yes, F3 is a score subject 1. To calculate the Kamal's Z score for subject 1, note that this formula is to be copied to calculate the Z score for subject 1 of all other students too. You are going to copy them. You are going to copy them also. Right? So here, how to write? How to write it? With the equal mark. Now, how the formula students marks for the subject. What is the mark? We are going to find out the subject 1 is a score for the comma. So subject 1 is where? C3. Okay. I put the bracket. It is given in the formula. Minus. Right? Minus average marks for the subject. Where you get the average marks for the subject. So it is there in the C 43. C43. C43, I am just writing now. Now, this is not the correct one. I am just writing. Just writing C43. Then that you have to divide by SD value of the subject. SD value of the subject. So, subject 1. So, that is they are in the C44. Now this, if I write like this way, this is wrong. This is wrong. Why is that? Because I want to copy. When you are copying, now you can see this average for the subject 1. And the SD marks should be absolute. Should be absolute. So you can put either $2 marks like this way. That's what I told at the when I am discussing about the dollar mark. That means these are not changing. Average is not changing when you are finding Kamal, Raju, Rauf and Krishna. SD value is not changing. So you can make, or you can put dollar marks like this way. But as I told, you'll be getting marks, but sometimes you won't get marks because even you put dollar mark in front of the 43 or in front of the 44, this should be 44, no? Yes, right. Even enough, because this is you are dragging down only, This is also correct. So when you're writing, now that 2019 you got marks for both. Even you put the $2 marks, even you got marks. Even you put this way, even dollar marks. I think I can remember. I can't remember the year. 1 year. I can't remember the year exactly. Some marks deducted if you have used unnecessary dollar marks. Right? That can happen. So anyway, 2019 you got the marks by putting like this way. Or the putting $2 marks or even okay. Then if this formula is copied to cell range F4 to F42. Write down the formula that will appear in cell F42, which shows Khan's Z score. For subject 1. For the subject 1. No, C you are not using. Why is that? C3 is not changing. It is changing. It should change. No? Should change. C3 should change. C3 when it comes to it is C40 C2 C5 sorry C4 C5 it is changing, right? This average you are getting from here, an SD mark, only one value. Average will be common for all these students. SD marks common for all these students. That's why we are putting dollar marks. But C3, the subject marks, is it the same thing for the Raju? No, it is changing, see? Right? So did you get that, Kavisha? Is that clear? That's why we are using the dollar mark for 43 and 44, not for C3. Yes, good. Then what is the for the part B? What is the answer for part B? So it is copying to the Khans. How this formula should come? So it should be C, where you get C42. Khan is there in C42. Now I think Subhashi has made a mistake, right? That's why you are getting 40 or even here. To mislead you all. 40 is not the cell address. 42 is the cell address. Now you can understand where you have made the mistake. Right? Why they are giving index number and all that? To confuse you all. To confuse you all. So remember, make sure you are taking the correct cell addresses. Correct cell addresses. So how to write? C42 minus C$43. I write like this way. C42 minus C$43 divided by C$44. This is how it is appear. Right? This is how it is appear. Check your answers. Okay, then we'll go to the fourth one. The final Z score of the student in the average of this 3 Z score for the subjects. Write down the formula to calculate the final Z score value of Kamal, say I3, using only the function count and sum. So we have two functions they have given in the question, count and sum. By using count and sum, you have to get the value for the I3. Value for the I3. So how to get that? Sum, you have to take the, I write like this way. Sum, you are getting from, you have F3, you have, F3 and the H3. This is how you are getting the sum. Now you can put the average of function without any problem, but in the question they are asking we have to use the sum function and the count, and you have to divide by 3. 3 even you can't take. 3 even you can't take. You have to use the count function. So how to use the count function? Here, divide by, you have to divide it by F3, again same thing, F3 to H3. This is how the answer should come. Count and sum, by using count and sum. Okay, next one. Assuming the student Z score values for the 3 subjects and the final Z score for the all students have been calculated, write down the formula that should be entered in cell I44 to find the highest final Z score. Highest, I told you, to find the maximum, max. So I3, no? Yes. You have to take from I3 to I42. Right? This is how your answer is coming. So you are getting 10 marks if you make this happen or make this correct. You'll be getting 10 marks plus I think you can remember, I think around 5 questions from the Excel, no? MCQs, like altogether 15 marks will be getting. Same thing for the accessive. That's why I choose this part. Okay, we'll go to the next one. I think this is clear, everyone. So this is also 2019 database question. 2019 database question. I'll give some time. You can do it. If this is disconnected, you can connect by using the same link. Within another 7 minutes, it will be disconnected. Use the same link to connect. Okay, try this out. 2019 database question. Okay, we'll see. First one, following the other partly shown table. So 3 tables are given. And asking some question from that part. Okay. First one. Write down the primary key of the team table. So team table, you can see that here. Team ID, you can take as a primary key, team ID. Write down the possible primary keys available in the player table. Player table, you can take player ID because it is not repeating. And student ID also, it is not repeating. Both you can take as a primary key. Not the composite. Composite, not the composite. Separately, you can take 2 primary keys are there if you want. Out of them, you can take only one. You can take only one. The next one, which table need to be updated to accommodate the following changes. A new student, P.L. Alvis, is admitted to the school and joined under 17 cricket team. Under 17 cricket team is there. See, no need to worry about that one. PL is coming here. So player table should update. Player table. Then Nimal Fernando is appointed as a captain. Nimal Fernando, yeah, he is here. See, no need to update the player table, but and the under 19 volleyball also there. See, under 19 volleyball also there. So no need to update those table, but Nimal Fernando is appointed as a captain of the under 19. Yeah. Player table also there. Yes. But table, yes. Nimal Fernando, we have to team table, yes. Team table we have to update. Team table we have to update. Earlier one, a new student, PR student is admitted to the school and joining under 17 cricket team in 2019. So, sorry, yeah. Earlier one, you have to update player team also. Player table and the player team. Part B, Nimal Fernando thing, you have to update the team table. Team table. Okay, then write down the new records to be added to the relevant tables for the change mentioned in part 2A. Use the format, table name, field 1, field 2, like that. Field 1, field 2 means you have to write the field name and the record data. So without writing the field names, don't write the record, you don't get the marks. That's what they are telling, right? So you have to put the field name and whatever the data you have to write. We'll see that question. How to write. So first one you have to write PL's thing. So PL is coming here. So player ID, write down first name, last name, and the student ID. Then you have to write player ID. Player ID is given. P1120. P1120. The name PL, last name Alvis. The student ID also is given. S4205. S4205. Then we'll see the other record. The Nimal Fernando thing. Wait. Player team table also updated. No? Player table team also updated. There what you have to write. T, because under 17, no? Under 17. So T2, team ID should be T2. Player ID, this one they have given. P1120. Year join, you have to put 2019. Then we'll go to the Nimal Fernando things. He's there, and the team also there. Sorry, team also there. So what you have to write? T7. Yes. Is coming from yes. Field, assume that new record for the relevant tables for the changing mention part A. Here, sorry, they are not asking part A, only asking. In the 2019, the school start the under, no need to write about the this Nimal Fernandez things. They are not asking the record, only this one, 2A. Then part B in 2019, the school start the under 17 football. You don't have football here. And appoint Shane Almeida. Shane, he's there. He's there. As the captain, write down the new record to be added to the relevant tables for the above change. Use the format table name. That is same format you have to use. Same format you have to use. Okay, then how to write that? Here team you have to update. So we'll take T7 is given. T7, put T7 here. Then team name football. Then here you put U17. Captain Shane Almeida is there in the P1005. You have to put 1005 here. That's how you are updating. Then player team also you have to update. So how to write that one? That is T7. Player ID P1005. And in 2019, yes, put 2019 here. 1005 2019. So after now, student is there, player is there. When he joined to the team, only this table player team also updated, right? Student, even student is there, it is not updated. When he is coming to the team, only it is updated. Okay, then last one. Which tables are to be joined to write the query to find the name of the under 19 cricket captain? How to find the cricket captain? Under 19. So under 19 cricket. Yeah. How to find the captain? Captain is P1002. Who is the P0012? Raj. So what are the table? Player table and team table. That's all. Player table and team table. Right? So you have to be very careful when you're writing it. Go through very carefully through the question and find the answers. Okay. We'll go to 2020 questions. Okay, like earlier. We start from the Excel one. Try to find out first one and send me the answer quickly through the chat. Okay, shall we check the given spreadsheet segment cell A1 and B1 display value 40 and 50 respectively after entering the formula $1 plus $1 to the cell C1. It displays the value 90 that they have added. If the formula in cell C1 copied to cell C2, where it is going? It is going down. Say C1, it displays the value 90. If the formula in cell C1 copied to cell C2 and D2, going this way even. What will be the value displayed in the cell C2? Cell C2 and the D1. So C2, what is coming? When you are going down, what will happen? Will it change 1 and 2? A1 and B1? No, it is not changing. Nothing will happen. So 90 will come. 90 will come for the C2. So here you are getting 90. Then D2, what will happen? D1, no? What will happen? When you are dragging this one, this way, so rows are not changing, columns are, but you don't have any dollar mark in front of the column. So it is changing. A1 become B1, B1 becomes C1. So you are getting 140. So 90 and 140. Second answer should come. Second answer should come. Okay. We'll go to the next one. Another MCQs. Put me the answers quickly. Okay, here, which of the following represent PQ? R. P is what? So cursor is there. This active cell. Q. These are all row headings. R. All are column headings. So this is formula bar function. You can insert the function. And through the effects, you can insert the function. So second answer is coming. Second answer is coming. Then which of the following statement? Cell range given C2 to E5. C2 to E5. Now I think from here we can take no C2 to E5. Something like this. Total number of rows in this range is 3. C2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's wrong. Four rows are there. That's wrong. Geometric shape of the cell range is rectangle. Oh, yes, that's correct. Total number of cells in the range is 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, that's correct. So B and C. B and C. Okay, then we'll go to some questions from database. Okay, do them quickly. 2020 question papers, MCQ question from the database part. Okay, we'll go through. I got some answers. Now, three tables are given. What would be the primary key of the author book table? Author table primary key is author ID. Book table primary key is book ID. When you take author book table, you can't take author ID only because it is repeating. See, this is repeating. You can't take only book ID because book ID also repeating. See, if you are making both together, actually these are foreign key coming from the other tables. Anyway, to create a primary key for this table, we have to composite them together. So 1005 B02, it is not repeating somewhere. Same thing is not there. So you have to merge them. That's what I told composite primary key when I was revising these keys, right? So third answer is coming, author ID and the book ID. Then consider the following statement. Author ID in the author table is the foreign key. Author ID is the author table. No, it is the primary key. That's wrong. Author ID in the author book table is a foreign key. Yes, because it is coming from here. Author ID, when you consider about only author ID, it is foreign key. That's correct. Book ID in the book table is a primary key. Yes, this one. So B and C, third answer. Who is the author of the book titled Mathematics with Fun? So you have to find the Mathematics with Fun, B01. So B01 is somewhere here. And author ID 1005 is Lalit Vijay Nayak. That's how you are finding the answer, fourth answer. Very easy. Okay, we'll go to the next question. That is 2020 Excel question. Do it quickly. Okay, shall we check? First one, asking the formula what it's given. How to write? Runs divided by innings minus not outs. So runs, write down the formula that should be entered in H3. SR Tendulkar. H3. How to find the average? H3. So equal. So see, equal mark even given. Very easy. You are divide runs. So where you get runs in F3. So F3. Divide by innings minus not out. So innings they are in D3. Not outs they are in D3. So very easy. This is the answer. Then second one, assume that the formula entered to cell H3 is copied to range H4 to H22. Write down the formula displayed in the cell H22. How this H22 shows that one. So you can write F22. So same thing. So equal F22 divide by D22 minus E22. So if you can write the first one, no problem for second one. Write down the steps to display this average in column H with 2 decimal places. Now, if you want to make it to 2 decimal places, what you have to do? That's what I'm asking. So what you can do is, you can, by using the icon, the toolbar, you can decrease the decimal places, right? By using the icon, you have icon with some decimal point. By using that, you can make it to 2 decimal places. Or what else you can do? Then right click on the cell and go to format cell. Right click on the cell and go to format cell. Then under that you have a number tab. There's something called number tab. From number tab, select 2 decimal places and press OK. That is also correct. Then what? Write down the formula in the form of function that should be entered in cell H24 to find the highest average. How to get the highest average? By using the max function. So equal max H3 colon H22. Finding the maximum value. Then what? Then you have write down the most suitable chart type available in spreadsheet software for the given list of charts. For the following, I told you, right? So there are several type of charts, why we are using them, what are the differences with them. I told you to show the number of centuries, 50s and darks obtained by SR Tendulkar. You have to show them. What you can use. Only one player is there. Right? The chart should be pie chart. Because when you take one person, centuries, 50s, and ducks, zeros, can be shown as a percentage out of 100 or as a percentage. It can be when you take all the matches, how many centuries, how many 50s, how many ducks, right? So you can use the pie chart to show them. But if you have the comparison, you can't use the pie chart. Here it is possible. Here it is possible. Next one, to show the comparison. I told you, right? The comparison. If you get a comparison, you can't use the pie chart. 50 ducks are obtained by all players in the same chart. All players in the same chart. You can use bar chart. Bar chart. So comparison, column chart or bar chart is the and the line chart even you can take, but here you have bar chart only. So take the bar chart. Okay. Then we'll go to the 2020 database question. Okay, try to do it quickly. I'll give you 5 minutes. Okay, shall we check the first one? State whether the following statement true or false. True or false. Supervisor ID is a foreign key of the supervisor project table. Now, supervisor ID of the supervisor table is a primary key, but supervisor project table, it is a foreign key. That is correct. Project ID is a primary key of supervisor project. No, project ID is a primary key here, but project ID of the primary key, no, it is a foreign key. So this is false. Okay. Do the second one. Do the second one. Which table need to be updated to accommodate the following changes? Anura Vijay Naik is assigned as a supervisor for the project P002 with the allowance of 10,000. So you check whether Anura Vijay Naik is there. Yeah, he is there. So no need to update the supervisor table. Project P02 also there. No need to update that. But supervisor S04, is getting allowances 10,000. So that should be coming to the supervisor project. So supervisor project table should be updated. Supervisor project should be updated. So that's the answer. Supervisor project. Next one. On 15/9/2000, sorry, new supervisor Pradeep Disanag is not there. So definitely you have to update this one. That means supervisor project supervisor table should be updated. S06 joined the Department of Chemistry, was assigned as supervisor for the ongoing project. P003 is there, so no need to this one. So allowance 15,000. This one also updated. So supervisor and the supervisor project table should be updated for this one. So when you go through like that way, you easily can find out. Then third one. On 15/9/2020, the university started a new project. Project ID P006 is not there. With the Mohammed Naswar is there. And Raj Selvam also there as a supervisor, and amount of 11,000 allocated for each supervisor. Write down the new record to be added. You have to write the field name and like that. So you write project table, project ID and start date, project ID P006 and 15/9/2020. That is coming to the project table. Then supervisor project also you have to update. S002, P006, 11,000. And there's another supervisor, no? That also should have come. S03, P006, again 11,000. So when you are writing, you have to write supervisor ID, project ID, and allowance. Under that, you have to write all these two records. Then get the last one. What are the most appropriate table to be joined to write query to find the departments names? The supervisor who supervised the project P001. P001 is there in the this table, supervisor project table. You have these things, and the supervisors are there, and you have to connect with the supervisor table. So what are the two tables? No need to worry about the project table. So what are the tables? Supervisor and supervisor project. Supervisor and the supervisor project. Okay, I think up to that part is okay with you all, right? So today we discuss only two lessons. Actually they are coming for the exam. Definitely you are getting questions from the database and Excel especially, right? So with the limited time and this power cut schedule, we wanted to start this bit earlier, but because of the power cut, we can't schedule them properly. That's why, right? So anyway, right? So next time also, we are going to have this type of a seminar. Most of the time, another teacher will be conducting that one. And at the last moment, try to participate and brush up your knowledge and try to go for A. Last time also we did the same kind of a seminar series last year also, and it was very helpful to students. At the last moment they could clarify all the problems they had and went for good result, right? So finally, I before winding up, I would like to thank Zonal Education Officer and the Zonal Director of the Gampaha Zone, and the IT Directors, Mrs. Srimali, and the ISA, Mr. Chanak and Mr. Jagat, to organizing this kind of a seminar for you all. So we'll meet with another seminar. Definitely, we are going to discuss some few lessons like especially programming, web designing that are coming for the exam definitely. And we are going to have some model papers before your exam, right? Okay, so we'll finish for there. Thank you. Good luck, everyone.